What a ridiculous time it is to be a Liverpool fan. It's absolutely ludicrous. I wake up this morning. It is the Adidas announcement day. I'm excited for. I'm excited to see what the kits look like. We already know what the kits look like, but I'm excited all the same. And then David Ornstein at 12:30 today, just as I am about to walk out of my front door, drops the big news. The news Liverpool fans have all been waiting for, and that is Liverpool have bid for Alexander Isak, and it has been rejected by Newcastle. We're going to break this down in the video. What does it mean for Liverpool, and what do we think will happen next? So, like I said, David Ornstein broke the news. Isak's bid has been rejected. Now, how much was it? That seems to be a bit of a conversation at the moment. Fabrizio Romano reported 120. Newcastle sources have reported considerably less. It is agreed to be over 100 million, somewhere I assume to be maybe 110 plus add-ons, maybe taking it to 130. Now, 130 is the amount that Liverpool has been reported as being the figure that Liverpool will go to. So it's yet to be seen just how high Liverpool will go. But as it stands, Newcastle have rejected it. Now, Newcastle, of course, have a massive issue, and that is the number 9 position needs to be filled before they can let Isak go. Their number of names have been touted, whether it's Benjamin Šeško from Manchester, who looks like he's going to Manchester United, whether it's Ollie Watkins, who's looking for greener pastures from Aston Villa. You've got Visser from Brentford, of course, and Ivan Muniz from Fulham. What's yet to be seen is Newcastle, whether they'll be able to get any of these over the line. They've absolutely struggled throughout this window, something Newcastle fans must be seething about. They've yet to really get a big name in this summer, and understandably, Isak will feel frustrated by this. You know, you see this all the time. Big players, they don't see the club have ambition, and they look to move elsewhere to a club that has, in the moment, more ambition. And that's no disrespect to Newcastle. They're a great club. They have a wonderful fan base, and they've done phenomenally well the last couple of years. But this was the summer they were meant to take that next leap, similar to what Liverpool are doing right now. And they've been unable to do so, whether that's due to financial fair play or to the year. We don't know. I'm sure more will come out as the season goes on. But one thing is for sure, Liverpool will bid again. Now, it was reported last week Liverpool wouldn't bid without any sort of encouragement. They wouldn't bid without confidence. The bid going in today, although Newcastle have rejected it, does tell us that there is a confidence within Liverpool that they can get this over the line. The actions of Isak, whether you agree with them or not, give you confidence that this deal will get over the line. I personally am not the biggest fan of players throwing, I don't want to call it a tantrum, but acting in a certain way. I certainly wouldn't like a player of my own club to do it, so I'm not going to pretend to appreciate it elsewhere. But it's very clear Isak has no intention of playing for Newcastle next year. Now, the big thing that came out of this report today, other than the bid being rejected, is Newcastle's last-ditch attempt to keep him. They offered a release clause that would come into play next year, and he has rejected that as well. So it just tells you whatever relationship was there, it's falling apart. I can't imagine how the players inside the club must feel for it. But Isak is on his way, whether it's now or whether it's January. I can't imagine him staying at the club much longer. The question is, what will the fee be? How high will Liverpool go? And just how far will Isak go to get this move over the line? Who knows what it will be? One thing is for certain, it is a very exciting time to be a Liverpool fan. You know, I think of it like this. At the start of the summer, if you said Ekatike, Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes, Maradavashvili coming in as well as a backup keeper, of course, we signed him last summer. I think phenomenal summer, brilliant summer. A summer of, beyond the wildest dream. But Alexander Isak, you're talking about one of the best strikers, not just in the Premier League, but in the world. He's a top 5 striker in world football. His mold is similar to a striker way back in the days of, Van Nistelrooy or whether Van Persie. He's a proper 9. Hold-up play, build-up play. He can run in behind. He can score from any position, in the opponent's half. He's that kind of striker. And I don't know how he fits in Liverpool's system, but there's a clear plan for him. Hughes, Edwards, Liverpool in general, they don't often go for a player just to go for a play. This is someone that Liverpool clearly want. They've clearly done their work on. It's been reported Isak apparently has said to a lot of his teammates and staff last season that last season would be his last season. So it's just very exciting times for Liverpool. And you've got to ask what it means for Newcastle now if they do lose Isak. Can Ollie Watkins, Visser, Muniz, whoever they bring in, Larson from Wolves maybe, can they actually replace that firepower? I don't think they can. I think what Newcastle need is they need another centre-back. They need the goalkeeper. I know they're bringing in Aaron Ramsdale. I'm not sure whether that's the right signing for them. They need a goal scoring forward. They need almost like a new spine to add to the current one. I think the strongest position, of course, is midfield. But if you're a Newcastle fan going into this season, you've got European football. You want to be able to play at that level and compete. And I just don't think that they have the depth, and potentially they don't have the firepower to do it. So it's a worrying time for Newcastle. If I were them, I'd be in for Jack Grealish. It looks like he's on his way to Everton. I'm surprised they haven't moved for him, but it's all in Newcastle's hands now, in a sense. But I'm not sure how much control they also have of the deal. I expect Liverpool to go back in with another bid. I expect Isak potentially could hand in a transfer request in the coming days. It's all exciting times for Liverpool fans. It's all terrible times at the moment for the Toon, and you wish them the very best. You know, as a neutral, as I said, I say neutral. I'm a Liverpool fan, but from a neutral position, I wish Newcastle the best. I think they're a great club, a great fan base, and I really do. It's a tough one for them to lose a player like that. You know, Liverpool have been through that. You know, of course, we had Trent, very different situation. Of course, he was a local lad. He forced his way on a free. We didn't really get much of a fee for him. We've had our star players go in the past, whether it was Suarez, Torres, Coutinho. I can relate to it, but the hope would be if they get this Isak money, they're able to reinvest it correctly. How many times it's happened? Not often, but you can wish them the best in that respect. What will happen? Who knows? But all I do know is things are going to speed up. If you have enjoyed this video, or if you've at least made it through this video, please drop a like, drop a subscribe, give it a share around. It certainly does help a lot. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. Do you think Isak is going to sign for Liverpool? Do you think potentially he could still be there up until January? How do you think this saga will pan out? All the same, appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.